Thanks everyone for being here and joining us tonight at the EBHO annual membership celebration and meeting. Very excited to see everyone out tonight, this beautiful location. My name is Vanna Whitney, and I am honored to serve as the board vice chair. And in my capacity as the board vice chair, I'd like to formally call this meeting to order. We have our board and our staff here today. Could our board and staff who are here present, could you wave your hands? Thanks, everyone. And we also have Jeff Levin joining us via Zoom. Hey, Jeff. And also want to let everyone here know that we're recording this event via Zoom as well. And next up, I want to introduce our co-MC, our amazing, our beloved executive director of EBHO, Gloria Bruce.
Thank you so much, Vanna. I'm so happy to see you all here tonight, and I'm so glad we were able to really get you with some amazing food and drink from Nito's Backyard. What a great new Oakland institution. And so nice to be COVID safe, even though we're freezing. We get to be both, which is great. So thank you all for coming here tonight, and thank you too for bringing your vax records and all of that. Some of you I have seen several times in the last year or so. Some of you, this is the first time I'm seeing you off of Zoom in a couple of years. And we're just so grateful that you're here tonight. A lot of the reason we are here is because of our sponsors. So I want to make sure to thank those who are fueling our work in the year ahead. Special thanks to our partner sponsors, Silicon Valley Bank. Where's Katie Fisher in the house? I know she's here somewhere. Yeah, Silicon Valley Bank. Thank you. Our advocate sponsors, All Home, BBI Construction, Community Economics, D&H Construction, Mid-Penn Housing, and Saha. I know some of you are in the house. Saha's right over there. BBI is in here too. Our organizer level sponsors, Bridge Housing, Eden Housing, Gubbin Barchet, and Mercy. They are literally why you are noshing on this delicious food. And before we continue, I also want to give a moment to honor any elected officials who were in the house. Oakland Council Member Dan Kalb was here a little earlier. He had to head out, but he shows up every time. So give him an applause in absentia. Do we have a representative from Vice Mayor Kaplan in the house? I think we were expecting her. I don't know if she's here yet. Christy, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. We really appreciate the Vice Mayor having you here. Anyone I miss? Anyone who's, oh, well, Peggy McQuaid, City of Albany Council. Where's Peggy? Right there. Yes, Councilmember McQuaid. We're glad to have you. We're going to see you again later in the program. Any other elected officials or someone who would like to pose as an elected official for this evening? Anyone else want to jump in the Oakland mayor's race? I hear we don't have too many candidates. Just need an 11th or 12th. Okay, great. With all of that, now, as always, I do want to acknowledge the land that we are standing on tonight and on which we are celebrating. So I'm going to bring up our very newest staff member, who we're so glad to have with us, our campaign strategy coordinator, Angelina Cornejo. Angelina.
The East Bay, the place where most of us live, work, and fight to make sure everyone has a home, is unceded Lisjan territory of the Lisjan Ohlone people and the original homeland of the Ohlone, Bay Miwok, and Delta Yoka communities. This historical and ongoing reality matters for all our work. Homes, the land they rest on, and colonization are deeply entwined. The injustices in our housing system, including housing insecurity, displacement, and homelessness, reside on top of a foundation of colonization. And Indigenous people in the Bay Area have been resisting this for centuries. To truly advance housing justice, our movement and our organizations must strive to support Indigenous-led efforts to repair the ongoing harms of colonialism here in the East Bay. In that spirit, EBHO is in the process of paying Shumi, a voluntary land tax that supports the work of the Sogorea Land Trust, which returns Ohlone land to Ohlone people. And we encourage our members and supporters to learn more about the people whose land you do your work on and consider joining us in paying Shumi. You can learn more about that in our info table. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Angelina. That's always a really important part of all of our events. And we want to share the efforts that are ongoing to return Indigenous land to Indigenous people. Segorte just had a huge step forward recently. There's an easement in Walking Mill Park in Oakland that is now going to be rematriated to the Ohlone people through work of City of Oakland and the Land Trust. So we're excited, and we've started to partner with them, which is great. So in our somber moment of honoring the land, we also want to take one more moment of reflection, and we want to honor the people as we always do at this annual membership celebration. We want to celebrate those who have dedicated so much of their lives to helping others and who are no longer with us. I'm sure many of you noticed as you walked in the beautiful ofrenda that's out there in the plaza section of the restaurant. This week right now is Dia de los Muertos, and so it's actually a perfect time to celebrate those who can't be with us. We've got our marigolds out on the table tonight. So I would like us to hold these loved ones that I'll mention in our hearts as dear ones in the Oakland community, in the EBHO community. I'm sorry. And we know that for every name that we mention here, we all have others that we are probably thinking of tonight. So we hold all of those in this space. First, I want to acknowledge our late Leadership Academy graduate and resident and community and organizing program leader, Willie Stevens, who is also on the board of Housing California and Residents United Network. Very recently passed, I'm still a bit shook by this one, though. Former EBHO board member and executive director of East Oakland Community Project, Wendy Jackson. And former Leadership Academy graduate, Joanne Bonda. So let's take a moment of silence to honor Willie, Wendy, Joanne, and anyone you might be holding in your thoughts and your heart tonight. Thank you so much for honoring them and for celebrating them this evening. We always want to be celebrating our ancestors, even as we hold that grief in our hearts. And now I'm going to hand the meeting back over to Vanna to facilitate our board voting and bringing us forward in our work together. Vanna.
Thanks, Angelina. Thanks, Gloria. Now we're switching to our portion of the meeting, which is voting. So, as a reminder, voting is only for dues paying EBHO members, and that means anybody who has paid for 2022 and 2023 would be included. And also, as a reminder, our dues start at a sliding scale of $5 for those with limited incomes. So first, we'll vote to re-elect the existing board members who are ending their term December 31st. And if re-elected, their new term will start January 1st. So for that group, the board members up for re-election are William Goodwin and Donna Griggs Murphy for their second term, Sean Johnson, myself, Vanna Whitney, Hang Mosier, and Felix Ah Young. And we're up for our third term, sorry. And for our new board elects, we've had many excellent applications, and we're thrilled to present to you the nominees for this year to fill the outgoing seats from this year. And that would be Linda Coleman, if you would raise your hand and wave. Hi, Linda. Lawleen Mitchell, right over there. Peggy McQuaid, and Kevin Leichner. Right over there. Okay, great. So now, according to our bylaws, we have to ask, are there any nominations from the floor? Are there any on Zoom? Nope. Okay, thank you. Jeff, please release the poll on Zoom. And for our in-person voters, please raise your hand if you need a ballot for voting. We'll give everyone a few minutes for voting. For our in-person members, please fold your ballot and hold it in the air, and we'll be around to collect them.
Thank you for filling out those ballots. They're significantly shorter than the ballots you got in the mail for your California and Oakland voting. Took me about an hour to fill mine out yesterday. This one, you just get to vote on these lovely board members. So this is an important moment where we say farewell to our outgoing board members. We're going to let you know about the results of this incredible nail biter vote later. Don't worry. Returns will be coming in. There is no fraud involved. If you would like to observe Kiki as she counts the ballots, you may do so, but you may not do so armed. Please, no voter intimidation. I'm kidding. So while we're waiting for that, we're going to say our farewells to our amazing departing board members. So our board members serve up to 6 years. You have 3 terms of 2 years each. All 3 of them made it for 6 years, and we are so sorry to be seeing them go. We can't believe it. I'll just go in the order that they're standing here. So, and these are 3 people who are, I think, like the least likely to want to be standing up here with me. So I'll be quick about it. But Ellen, who, if you don't know, is the executive director of Urban Habitat and has just been an amazing, sometimes figure of tough love on the board for me. But as my fellow ED, has been always keeping it real, helping me out, giving me advice, saying, how can we just get stuff done? As well as bringing the really deep equity and regional perspective that she brings from her work at Urban Habitat. And I'm just so, so grateful to you for everything. So thank you, Ellen. And then next we have Ms. Stevie Dawson. Stevie started out with our resident and community organizing program as a resident of affordable housing and always brought, I think, Stevie, what I wrote in your card is that you bring this combination of like joy and laughter and silliness and then like pure steely determination and attitude at the same time. And I love it. It's an unstoppable combination. We love the positivity and the commitment you brought to this board. I'm going to miss you so, so much, as you know. And then Mr. Woody Carr, who has the distinction of hanging in there and coming to many meetings for 2 of EBHO's most irritating, important projects, Oakland's Howard Terminal and the Concord Naval Weapons Station, one or the other of which might be complete by the time my 10-year-old son goes to college, or maybe not. No, doesn't look good. But Woody has just brought his expertise and his wisdom and just steadiness to so many things that we've done. And I'm just so grateful for you as well. So thank you all. We love you. And I think I am now calling back up 2 of my amazing bosses, Hang Mosier and Vanna, back up to the stage.
Good evening. It's so cold today, but I'm just so happy and warm to be here and getting to see all of you here with us this evening. As you may have read the email and know the announcement, our amazing, fantastic, wonderful executive director, Gloria, is leaving EBHO at the end of this year. I know. And I asked Kiki, is it okay if we make this event about Gloria? And she said, no, this event is about EBHO, so I'll keep it short. But I feel like I have to say something. So here I am saying it. Thank you, Gloria, so much for your 12 years of leadership. And you pour your heart out in every way. And we really, truly are going to miss you. And the staff at EBHO and the board are just so lucky to get to know you and get to work with you. And I will keep it short because if I keep going, the tears will come with part of the combos. I'll quit while I'm ahead. But I wanted to also share with you all a little bit updates of what's next for EBHO. So currently, the board of directors had formed a search committee. The search committee consists of myself and my 3 fellow board members, Ellen and William, as well as, I blank out on her name. Angela, thank you. And so in the next week or so, we'll share out announcement regarding our interim executive director plan, as well as the job description for our search for our next executive director. So please keep an eye out for it. We would love for you to help us spread the word, and we would love you to help us support us finding our next executive director. And with that, I will turn it back to our Vice President, Vanna.
Thanks, Hank. And I have a few things I wrote for Gloria, but before I do, I've got to turn your words back on you and say that you're just this amazing freight train of positivity and this like incredible, ferocious advocate at the same time, all held in one vessel. It's beautiful. But really, I think it's amazing what you've brought to EBHO over the past 12 years. You're not only our executive director, but you're a teacher, you're a researcher, you're an analyst, you're a public speaker, an amazing one, a manager, a grant and fundraiser, all in service to affordable housing, all in service to leading us in such an incredible way. And we would not be the same without you. We will really miss you. Thank you, Gloria.
So this is the moment in the program where a few people have said nice things about me. And so really, I think the only thing left for me to do is to sing you a little serenade. No, that's a joke. I'm not going to do that. I feel like that would be the ultimate like Michael Scott move, and I'm not. No, I was a joke. That was a joke. That actually was a joke. No. But if you're serious about that, so to be clear, tonight is not my goodbye party. It is not my goodbye party. First of all, I am still working at EBHO for over another month, and I absolutely reserve the right to micromanage until the bitter ends. Not going anywhere. I am not a lame duck ED. I'm still fully in it. And I'm also really not at all emotionally ready to deal with saying goodbye. And I'm very focused in what's next. So we are actually going to be having an actual farewell celebration during which you can say stuff or not say stuff. And maybe there'll be some singing, or maybe there will not. But that's gonna be in December, on December 17th. So we will keep you all posted on that one. But tonight is really about all of you, what we all do together. And also part of the reason I feel so, I don't want to say okay, I'm never going to be okay about leaving in that way. But part of the reason I feel at peace with it is because our team is so amazing. There are 12 of us now. Actually, as of next week, there will be 12 of us now on the team. We have some absolutely phenomenal emerging leaders. And one of them is actually about to speak to you right now. And we want to keep tonight focused on the work we've done and the work we're continuing to do together. So I'm very proud that one of the last things I managed, but very much with the team, is to guide EBHO into a new strategic plan. We talked to a lot of you, and we determined ways to focus our work. And I'm not going to present that because it's about a new generation bringing that forward. So I'm going to ask my colleague, Aziza Crowder, who was side by side with me, along with Dolores, and along with our former staff member, Alex Worth, and our board members, Felix and Daph. Thank you so much for your input in creating this. And Aziza is just going to tell you a little bit about what's next. And we have copies of this by the door too, so you can know what to expect from our work together. So Aziza, come on up.
All right. Thank you, Gloria. That's so tough to follow up, but I will do the best I can. How are we feeling tonight? All right. I like that enthusiasm. So while Damien is pulling up this PDF of this awesome updated strategic plan, they are available. If you can please raise your hand if you would like staff to give you a copy real quick of this plan. Staff, please look at the hands raised. Also, if not, and you'd like to be guided by the sound of my voice, they will be available to you throughout the evening tonight at our info table. So without further ado, I just want to get started. So I'm so happy and honored to be here with you all today, whether in person or online. Thank you for joining us for this very special evening. It's my privilege to be able to share with you all today EBHO's updated strategic plan for 2023 through 2026, which we do intend on launching within the next year in January. All right. So it was amazing and really inspiring to be part of this 6-month-long process. However, it took an immense deal of time, energy, collaboration, and really brainstorming and reforming, restructuring, and reimagining, in a sense, our mission and vision statement, our values and beliefs, really creating and developing strategic priorities and goals for our work within the next few years, along with crafting and defining the roles of our members in propelling and supporting the work we do here within the East Bay. So with that, in the beginning stages of this process, there was actually a survey sent out not only to our members, but also to our staff to get both perspectives on what does EBHO do really, really well? What do we need to work on? What should we focus on? In which communities? What work should we stop? What work should we start? And there was no lack of feedback from you all. And with that, though, we were able essentially to strip down the old strategic plan and on the foundation of your voices, internal discussions, and all that feedback, create this phenomenal strategic plan that is ours. It's not just EBHO's, it's ours collectively, which I'm super happy to and proud to be a part of. And so with that, in this plan, you're going to see a few things. It's been reduced down in some places. It's been restructured. Some verbiage is added, some has been taken away. And that's really one to bring organization to this plan and also make it very simple and transparent to our members and audiences pertaining to the topic intended, right? So with that, for our vision and mission statement, it's a prime example. We wanted to envision what does the East Bay look like after all the lobbying and campaigning and advocacy work that we do alongside our coalition partners and members. It's a racially and economically just East Bay where everyone has a safe, stable, and affordable home. Simple, right? Then we have our mission statement, which we really wanted to reflect the upliftment and empowerment that we encourage within our membership to continue to do the advocacy work that we do and utilize your professional expertise, your lived experience and shared experience. So it becomes this melting pot of all these unique skill sets that enable us to really have an impact within the East Bay, producing, protecting, and preserving affordable homes. And so you'll see this reflected here in the theory of change, where we refer to our members as partners, not customers, but partners, where we're utilizing the expertise of each other. You're utilizing those committees, right? You're utilizing the educational resources that EBHO has, and we're leaning on you for your expertise and shared experiences to spew out back into the community, to deepen the impact in local communities, to really shift electoral representation and policy, decision-making policy power, and really shift those housing systems and policies as well. And you'll see that all in the intended impact as well. Next slide, please. Thank you, Damian. All right, so our values and beliefs. This is very similar to the values card that we have had for a while now. So I'm not going to go into the subtext due to time and me not really being able to get into this right now. However, a few things have changed, right? The verbiage, the bolding. So housing is a human right. That's pretty self-explanatory, right? But really, we want our local electeds and our federal electeds to create and really make in their minds that this is a priority. And we want them to reflect that it's a priority in their policies. For the second one, housing justice intersects. I believe we just had racial justice, but so now we have economic, disability, and social justice, really showing the intersectionality of these justices to create a more equitable movement. For the next one, please excuse me. All right, knowledge is a path to justice, right? So this is going again to our shared expertise. We share with you, you share with us, we combine our intellect together and we spew that back out into the community to be the change and see the change we want within the East Bay. And collective action builds power. That's us coming to one, being one unit, under one voice, you as EBHO members and EBHO giving you those resources to really mobilize and engage. And the last one took a little bit of time in crafting, I'm going to be honest, because we really wanted to be able to accurately word this, but really we want to center the voices of those most impacted by the housing crisis and lift those voices up and those narratives and those experiences, changing and shifting the hearts and minds of those who can actually do something about it. Not that we can't, but the ones who have power are so isolated from this housing crisis. Sometimes it takes a tearful story or images right in their face to really be able to shift their minds and their hearts. Next slide, please. So these strategies are what we plan on doing and will be our work within the next 3 to 4 years, right? So please get familiar. And again, I encourage you guys, I cannot go into these subtext and goals, but I really encourage you guys to do that on your own time. So the first one, deepening our local impact, right? We're going to continue doing regional work, but we realize that we do the best and make the most impact locally, right? So we're going to emphasize that and do even better than we have been in the past years. For strategy 2, we're shifting electoral decision making, and that's by building up our leadership academy. And shout out to our graduates. I know we have a few here who graduated in October, really supporting elected officials who do the right thing and really looking at governance and seeing who's representative of our members and who's not, and making sure who's not is in the room of that governance, right? For strategy 3, we are fortifying this, diversifying the housing justice movement. So that's creating and giving the voice to those intersectional justices that were mentioned in the values part. That is also us mobilizing each other and really creating this vast movement of narrative shifting, right? And that's really us not only engaging within ourselves, but influencing others to get in there and do the work. It's not enough to just talk about it. It is time for action, and the time to act is right now, not tomorrow, not today. That's how we get to that vision, right? And the last strategy, I promise you I'm almost done, but the last strategy is shifting the systems with housing elements, with land use work, shifting the perception on land use, really being able again to utilize that narrative and those shared experiences to get those who need to act right now to act, utilizing their stories. Next slide, please. All right. So now we come to you all. So the membership survey, we heavily focused on really getting your input. What do you want to do? What is being a member to you? And we thought we were going to hear, we want more of a say. We want more of an active role. We got, we want to be engaged and plugged in, but we trust EBHO staff. You trust us, and that is such an honor. You trust us and the work that we do to make sure that we're communicating and sharing that information with you. You don't want to read housing elements. You want us to do that, give you the talking points, and then be able to share that out into your communities. And so with EBHO, our members get those educational resources. You get the committees and the positive and equitable platforms. And with that, we get your engagement, we get your voices, we get your mobilization to continue and propel this work consistently and persistently. So thank you for that as well. So to wrap up, in conclusion, it is not enough for us to just talk about it. It is great being here tonight, but really we lean on each other. We utilize each other. We are family in this room and outside of it. And whether we have healthy disagreements or not, at the end of the day, we are all here to assist in making the Bay a racially and economically just East Bay where everyone has a safe and stable home. Thank you so much. And wait a second. I want to acknowledge the people you do not see up here because it's not just me. Trust me. It is our glorious executive director, Gloria. It is our lead community organizer, Dolores Tejada. It was our former policy manager, Alex Worth. It was our 2 fabulous board members, Daphne and Felix, and our internal staff and our board. Thank you so much, you guys. And of course, it was you guys. Thank you so much.
Yes. How about another hand for Aziza? That was amazing. I was like, hey, Aziza, in addition to basically planning the entire event tonight, would you also like to give a presentation in the middle of the program? And so you can see why I could go tomorrow because this team is just blazing forward. And I'm so excited. I'm going to hand the mic back to Vanna in just a minute, but I did want to acknowledge we had one more elected official join us, Supervisor Dave Brown from Alameda County. Hi, Dave. Thank you so much for joining us. Glad you could be here. All right, Vanna, I think we have the returns are in.
All right, so the returns are in, and very excitingly, I'm happy to announce that we have voted in the newest board members. So that includes Linda Coleman, Lawleen Mitchell, Peggy McQuaid, and Kevin Leichner. And we've also re-upped the current board members. So I'm looking forward to working with all of you. Before we close, I want to bring up our Strategic Communications Manager, Sasha Perigo, and our Membership and Operations Director, the fabulous Kiki Pao.
Hello, everyone. My name is Sasha Perigo, and I'm EBHO's Strategic Communications Manager. I am also a new hire since the last annual membership meeting. This is my very first membership meeting, so I'm excited to be here with you all. I am here tonight to give us our call to action. So it would not be an EBHO event without a call to action. We enjoy each other's company, we enjoy food, we enjoy drinks, and we're also here to create a better East Bay. So, as you hopefully all know, the election is next week and affordable housing is on the ballot. So you should have received your ballot in the mail by now. If you are returning your ballot by mail, you need to mail it by Election Day, which is Tuesday. Or you can drop it off at, if you live in Alameda County, you can look up your voting center. In Contra Costa County, you have your local polling place. And so EBHO has endorsed 6 measures for this election. In Oakland, we have endorsed Measure V, Measure Q, and Measure U. And so those are our infrastructure bond. That is our expansion of just cause for eviction rights to more folks, including teachers and students during the school year. They will not be able to be evicted during the school year. And it's also an authorization of thousands of units of affordable housing that we need to meet our regional housing allocation goals, to meet everyone's affordable housing needs in Oakland for the next few years. So those 3 measures are very important. If you live in Oakland, make sure you vote yes on V, Q, and U. Our next 3 measures are in Berkeley, L, M, and N. So L is also another infrastructure and affordable housing bond, millions of dollars for affordable housing. M is a vacancy tax. So private landlords who are currently holding their homes vacant and not renting them to wait until they can get a higher rent will either be taxed, and that will go into the Affordable Housing Trust Fund to create more affordable housing, or they will be forced to put their housing back on the market. So there is more housing available, which will hopefully help lower prices. And Measure N is also the approval of lots of new affordable homes in advance, just like we talked about in Oakland. So if you'd like to learn more about that, please go to ebho.org. We have all of the information about all of our 6 endorsed ballot measures. And we also have voter education resources for the elections that we did not endorse in. As a 501c3, we do not endorse candidates, but we have a candidate forum and we have candidate questionnaires so you can learn more about how your candidates feel about affordable housing. We also have volunteer opportunities within the next week. It is crunch time. Those are also on our website. Go to ebho.org/events to find our volunteer opportunities, or email Angelina@ebho.org. And so, as we all know, the work does not stop on Election Day. So also coming up in the next month and a half, it is the second round of our housing elements. So the housing element is the plan for your city, how they're going to build affordable homes, where they're going to build them for the next few years. So please keep an eye out on your email for a call to action about getting involved in your city's housing element to make sure it is just. And in addition, in Oakland, there's a debated zoning overlay. If you are not already on the Oakland Committee mailing list and you live in Oakland, please email Jeff@ebho.org or Megan@ebho.org to get in the loop about this and its impacts on equity in your community. So thank you so much for being here tonight. Thank you so much for taking action. Have a great evening.
Thank you. Okay. So if you've been to an EBHO event, you know when I get up, it's almost over. So we know what time it is. Thank you so much for being here, for bearing with us with the colds and
and all the things. Thank you to the staff. You always got to give shout outs to not just our staff, but the people at Nido's for all the wonderful work that you're doing. Tip your bartender. Thank you so much. So I had some stuff written and I'm going to get to it, but I'm seeing one of our previous board members and super supporter, Lillian Lou Haler, asked me, are we going to be able to scream and make noise? So I need us to scream and make noise because we're at an EBHO. Yes. If you're on Zoom, let me see some emoji, hand raised, clapping. Congratulations to our Leadership Academy graduates. Congratulations to our board members. Yes. Okay, it's a celebration. Look at, it's beautiful here. Okay. You're welcome. See, that's all you got to do. She passed me a check, folks. And I'll do whatever you need us to do. Pay your membership dues. Okay, so before I move on even to what I was going to say, I know, Gloria, I'm so sorry. I know you told me not to do it, but I'm going to ask us to make some noise for Gloria. It's what happens when I have the mic. Thank you, Gloria. You are amazing, fantastic. You will hear so much more. But if you see these around, we have them on some of the tables. We made a card online and we invite you to sign that card and give some farewell love to Gloria. You don't have to do it here, but please sign the card. You know, fancy QR code, scan it, go online, sign the card. Also, we have some good music. So, you know, after we're done, you're going to listen to that music and have a drink with your drink tickets. And we have, that list was made for us by a DJ, especially for tonight, for you fun folks. So scan that QR code and keep jamming out to that music. Okay. I like to share stories about things that I hear from the members. And I wanted to share something. I was talking to a member the other day. She's an elder. She currently lives in senior housing in one of our members' affordable housing buildings. And she and I were chatting, having this lovely conversation, and I'm walking my dog, and it's all beautiful outside. And then we start talking about our housing struggles and what our stories were. And it got real emotional real quick. And she shared with me how before she was living in her current place, she had lived in a space that she experienced gunfire whizzing through her bedroom walls. And my heart just sank. Thinking about this person, this powerhouse, this beautiful spirit experiencing that, and knowing that she is not the only person experiencing that. This is not uncommon. But without missing a beat, she said, and I can hear the smile on her. She said, but I am so blessed to have what I have and to be where I am. And this is why we do the work that we do. And I was in awe. And all I could say is, yes, ma'am. When we got off the phone, I sat there on the steps and just reflected. I'm so fortunate in all the things that I had experienced and my family has experienced over the many years in East Oakland, West Oakland, and all the things. We are so fortunate to have what we have. And I had this renewed sense of mission of why I commit to this work and why I commit to the work of EBHO. Our work can be daunting. We know that. I'm sure many of you are stressed right now. I got an extra ticket for you for that bar. But that's why these nights are so important. They're crucial. We have to celebrate. We have to see the next wave of leaders take the stage. We have to keep moving forward. Now, this housing crisis has grown, right? Not a secret. But that means that all of our work has to expand. That means that our leadership, that our people have to expand. We have to do more. And Miss Cecilia, see, this is the beauty. Our COP, I hear her over here. She said, that's right. I know I'm saying something right. But she said it simply. She said, it takes money. And that segue,
We need your membership. Please join us. Please commit, but not just in paying your dues. Bring somebody else. Help us expand this community. We have to keep growing. And I wanted to just kind of wrap up with a quote or a message from my mentor in faith. And I'm going to adjust it a little bit because I'm adjust a little bit, but he says that we have only tapped into a fraction of our boundless power. And we've only revealed a fraction of our limitless wisdom. So I'm reminding you to please tap into that. We've only revealed a fraction of what we're capable of doing as an individual and most importantly, collectively. So please join us 2023. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kiki. Let's hear it for Kiki. Well, I'm sure you all are like me. Every time you hear Kiki speak, she gets you riled up, she gets you jazzed. So hopefully everybody's excited to renew your membership and continue into 2023 with us. So thank you to all the staff. And the board and all of you for being here tonight. We are so excited to work together in this coming year, to work for affordable housing, to really fight for beautiful and healthy and community building, affordable housing for all. Let's continue our work together. And with this, I'd like to adjourn our 2022 annual membership meeting and celebration. Thank you.